Hello guys. It's in the middle of the night here. I have a crappy camera. I'm so sorry, but I still want to do this. It's the way I roll. Imperfection. Yeah, something I want to talk about here. Uh, Basically, I felt like telling you about my experience with, blocking away darkness that you carry inside yourself and trying to be more light than you are. Um, for me, it's like I carry a lot of darkness inside of me, and I also carry a lot of light. I have both. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about me. Because on my Instagram and everything, I just post a lot of positive stuff. I like to encourage people, I like to empower people, I like to help people seize the moment and to cherish life and to, just make the best out of it. And I mean that, and I do believe in that. The thing is, all the stuff that I'm saying there, I'm not saying that because I'm perfect or because I do all these things or because I have already achieved all of that. I say it because I'm coaching myself. I'm teaching myself basically. Because I do struggle like everyone else or even more. And I simply made a decision at some point in my life. I made a decision to face that struggle, to face that shit, and not to run away from it. Not to run away to drugs, to alcohol, to relationships, to whatever you want to enter here. I decided to face it and to go through it. I decided to grow. I decided to become a better version of myself, to become more pleased with my life, to become a more honest and authentic person. And I think also that that serves the world in a way, because if I am myself, if I learn to overcome the obstacles, to let go of all the weight that I carry, I will be an example for other people and I will make this world a little bit brighter. And that's a decision I made, to face that. It doesn't mean that my problems go away. It doesn't mean that I don't struggle anymore. It doesn't mean that I'm enlightened or something. It just means that I don't want to look away from, I don't want to ignore the pain. I want to face it. I want to understand why it's there. I want to talk to it. I want to embrace it in a way. And I want to get better. And so you see, if I'm being a positive person, if I'm putting out a positive message out there, I do that because I'm telling that to myself and nothing else. And that it helps other people, it's just a side effect of it. It's just a side effect. So some people might get confused when I post something like, I don't know, something really positive, and then like 2 minutes later I post like a really depressing poem or I sing a really sad song or something on my Instagram, and they will get confused and like, you're so positive, and you put out this positive message to believe in ourselves and to be ourselves and to love ourselves. And yes, I put that out there because I love the idea and because I think everyone should feel that way. I want to feel that way. I do feel that way a lot of the time, actually, because I've worked hard on myself to get there. But still, sometimes I don't believe that. Sometimes I fall down. Sometimes I'm desperate. Sometimes I'm confused. Sometimes I don't know who I am. Sometimes I struggle. And just because I try to be better doesn't mean I always manage to do it. And For a very long time, I thought that I shouldn't be that I should only be a happy person, that I should only put out positivity there, that I should only be kind and nice and understanding and peaceful all the time. And I did that for a few years, where I was like living like a yogi, and I was just basically blocking away all of the other stuff. It was just light and peace. And for a few years that worked out, but then at some point I got so depressed with my life. It was like, what's happening? I feel so freaking down. I just want to leave this place. I don't want to be here anymore. And I just fell so deep, and it was, I think a big part of it was because I blocked away something that belonged to me. And that is dark. And that is there because of a lot of pain I've been through as a child and as a young adult. It's a lot of pain and struggle and darkness that's there. And it hasn't left me. Why should it? Because it was a big part of the biggest part of my life. So of course it's still there. Of course it's still there. And it's with me. And it might never leave. It might always be there. And that's okay. That's who I am. I just learned, if you ignore it, if you want to be someone else, if you want to be so much better and just be light and peace and love, that this can actually destroy you. If you are able to let that go, to let your darkness go, if you're capable of that, then just really go for it, do it, let it go if it means that it's really gone. If it means that you just ignore it and push it away, I don't think that's the way to go, because for me it didn't work out. And there was a time in my life when I was living only this darkness, when I was just that, when I was like between 16 and 20 years old. I was only that. I was only mad and desperate and depressed and angry at the world and at God and whatever. And that was also, that was also not really serving me at all, because I just always felt like the world was against me and that I couldn't change any of my circumstances. So that was also shitty. So what I did in the last maybe year was to actually bring those two together. It was starting to embrace my darkness and to be okay with it. It was starting to be who I actually am, and not shying away from that. Not thinking that this darkness was something bad. I'm not only a perfect, happy, peaceful yogi, and I'm not only a mad and a depressed metalhead, but I have both those aspects inside of me, and I want to bring them together and be both. I wanna, kind of let them blend in, and it feels good. It feels good. But it also means that it's crazy, because sometimes I go from meditating and being so peaceful and calm, I just get up and I start listening to, Slipknot. Screaming along like, fuck you all. That's actually luxury I give myself. It's something that I allow myself by now, because that's freedom to me. I want to give myself freedom, and that means freedom. If you don't have to be one thing, if you don't have to be another thing, if you can just be what you want to be, if you can just be who you are, actually. And I think that is such luxury if you allow yourself to just be who you are, with all of the aspects, with all of the colors you are, to be you with everything that you feel that you want to express. And it doesn't have to fit together. It doesn't need to be something that society agrees with. It doesn't need to be something that people understand necessarily. it just means that you express. And you express what's inside, and that's so important. And I just want to encourage you to do that. For me, it hasn't been an easy journey. It was tough. It's still hard sometimes. You know, for me, it's hard to let that darkness out. But I'm getting better, and I just want to, yeah, I just want to encourage you to just be whatever you are, what's there, and be honest about it. Be authentic, and talk about what's there. If you feel depressed, if you feel sad, you can talk about it openly, and you know you can address it, and you can empower others to do the same. You can enable them to do the same by doing it yourself. And for that, you have to find out who you are first. You have to learn what you actually feel, because we are so conditioned, so conditioned. We're so used to believing that we are something that our outside world tells us. But that's not true. It's not necessarily true. So you just take the time to find yourself, to find out who you really are, apart from those expectations, and then you express that and you live that. And for me, that was, you know, listening to metal whenever I want to be mad, to say the F word. I never allow that to myself because I thought it was wrong, because I was, you know, a spiritual person. But you can still cuss. What the fuck? So just give yourself that freedom of being whoever you are. And I don't want to encourage anyone to become depressed or to go too deep into these dark feelings, because that can also harm you. That cannot be good. But it's not about losing yourself in that. It's more about, you know, not pushing it away, but embracing it and finding out why it's there and learning to deal with it. So if you need help, you should definitely, you know, if you feel like you can't do it by yourself, you should definitely get help. Get people who can like support you going through this phase. But yeah, I hope it got clear what I wanted to say with this. If it didn't, please just message me or leave a comment. Okay. Thanks for watching this until the end. I just really felt like sharing. There was so much to say, to express, to put out there. So I hope this was helpful in any way. And I just really appreciate you being here. So have a good night. I'll see you. Bye.